The drone mystery over New Jersey, seen flying near President-elect Trump's Bedminster golf course and near a military base, the FAA now taking action.
By now, the news of drones swarming the night skies over major cities in the United States has spread like wildfire. Naturally, speculation is also running wild. Famous ufologist and extraterrestrial researcher Dr. Steven Greer has also joined the fold. He has made bold claims about the US government's secrecy surrounding UFOs and extraterrestrial life. He believes that the government has been deliberately withholding crucial information from the public, while an unexplained surge in drone sightings has gone largely unaddressed. These drones fuel speculation about potential extraterrestrial threats and the hidden nature of alien contact. So, what is his perspective? Well, Dr. Steven Greer has confirmed that we have found out what the drones are. There's a lot to unpack, so let's get climate and heightened awareness of national security. However, despite the growing frequency of these encounters, authorities have been unable to provide concrete explanations. The US government's response has been vague, with officials reassuring the public that the drones do not pose any immediate threat to public safety or national security. Of course, this is not how the general public feels, and who can blame them? Well, before we move on to Dr. Greer's assessment, let's get our facts straight. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas stated that the unidentified flying objects reported were drones, and in some cases, manned aircraft. But this did little to quell the rising concern. Mayorkas emphasized that there has been no foreign involvement in these incidents, yet the government's failure to disclose more detailed information has led to growing frustration among lawmakers and citizens alike. Naturally, the sightings have fueled a wide array of conspiracy theories. Some suggest that the drones may be due to their proximity to high-security sites, including Picatinny Arsenal, a sensitive US military research facility, and Bedminster, New Jersey, home to President Donald Trump's golf course. A month later, the Federal Aviation Authority issued temporary flight restrictions over 22 cities, including Bedminster and Picatinny, effective until January the 17th. The drone phenomena, however, has not been confined to New Jersey. For example, on December 12th, multiple drones were observed flying over the Bronx, New York City. The following day, drone activity forced a temporary shutdown of Stewart Airfield in New York. In Connecticut, local authorities have confirmed suspicious drone activity near the towns of Groton and New London. The matter is so serious that a new drone detection system has been deployed in the area. Further south in Maryland, former Republican Governor Larry Hogan reported seeing what he described as dozens of drones near his home in Davidsonville. He saw a brief disruption at a US Air Force base on December 13th, when drones were detected nearby, though the base's operations were not significantly affected. A few days later, additional drones were spotted, prompting heightened vigilance among security personnel. These sightings have not been limited to the United States either. In late November, drones were reported over 3 US air bases in the United Kingdom, with British defense sources hinting at the involvement of a state actor. This suggests that the phenomenon may not only be a domestic issue, but could involve international surveillance efforts. Reports also surfaced of drones near the Ramstein US military airbase in Germany in early December. Naturally, these drone sightings have generated considerable concern about national security, the potential for surveillance by foreign actors, and the risks posed by drones flying near sensitive sites. But wait, there's another concern. Dr. Greer's theory on drone sightings, or CE5 protocols. Dr. Greer has authored books, produced documentaries, and led discussions about government secrecy, advanced technologies, and the potential for global transformation if extraterrestrial knowledge were fully disclosed. Recently, he has offered a unique and provocative perspective on the mysterious drone sightings. Greer suggests that the situation may be far more complex and unsettling than the public is led to believe. He believes that these drones might not be human-made at all, but rather a manifestation of extraterrestrial technology or advanced, secretive government research. One of the most compelling aspects of Greer's theory lies in the unusual flight patterns and precise movements of the drones. Eyewitnesses have reported seeing these objects performing maneuvers that defy the capabilities of conventional aircraft, exhibiting a level of intelligence and coordination that seems beyond the reach of current human technology. Moreover, deliberately withheld from the public. Well, this much was not unexpected. When he founded the Disclosure Project in 1993, he brought together high-ranking military, intelligence, and government officials to expose the truth behind UFO sightings and extraterrestrial encounters. Through a series of testimonies from credible sources, the Disclosure Project provided first-hand accounts of incidents involving UFOs, many of which were supported by corroborative evidence, including radar data, eyewitness reports, and photographic documentation. The project's goal was to reveal that governments around the world have been actively concealing knowledge about alien visits. He holds that the US government, in particular, is engaged in a sophisticated cover-up of the truth about UFOs and extraterrestrial life. Greer believes that the recent drone sightings may be part of a much larger and more insidious operation, where advanced extraterrestrial technology is either being tested or delivered, testing how the public reacts to unexplained aerial phenomena, assessing the effectiveness of current defense systems, or gauging the readiness of society for disclosure. If Greer's theory is correct, the drone activity we are witnessing today may just be the first signs of a much larger global revelation on the horizon, one that could forever alter the way we view our place in the cosmos. However, the official story presents a very different view. For the sake of objectivity, let's take a look at that as well. The official narrative. Amid growing public concern over a series of drone sightings across the northeastern United States, the official stance from the US government, including key figures from several federal agencies, has been consistent in downplaying the potential risks, with FBI officials suggesting that the response to the sightings has been somewhat exaggerated. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas also weighed in, confirming that no evidence of foreign involvement had been found in connection to the drone sighting. In connection to the drones, Himes emphasized that most of the sightings involved either ordinary aircraft or drones being flown lawfully by their operators. He suggested that the vast majority of drones in the US are being used in compliance with regulations, though he noted the challenge posed by the millions of unregistered drones circulating across the country. In addition to these, there are over 800,000 registered drones, each weighing more than half a pound, which further complicates the task of distinguishing between routine drone activity and potentially unlawful operations. The Federal Aviation Administration and other agencies have been under pressure to address these sightings, especially considering the proximity of some drones to sensitive sites like military installations. However, despite the rise in sightings, the official position remains one of cautious reassurance. This official response comes amid an increasing sense of unease among residents in affected regions, particularly as drone sightings continue in proximity to sensitive low detection. The drones were flying in coordinated patterns, often traveling with their lights turned off, making them even harder to track. This unusual behavior has only deepened the mystery surrounding the drones. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas suggested that a recent shift in federal regulations could be contributing to the increase in drone sightings. Specifically, a law passed the previous year, which permits drones to be flown at night, may explain why drones are now becoming more visible, particularly during the dusk to dawn hours. This policy change, while intended to support the growing commercial drone industry, has coincided with a marked uptick in drone activity, making it harder for both the public and authorities to distinguish between legal and suspicious drone operations. Further clarification was provided in a joint statement issued on December 16th by the Department of Homeland Security, FBI, FAA, and the Department of Defense, which sought to address the growing concerns surrounding the sighting. This brings us to the extraterrestrial question. Connection between drones and UFO sightings. The past few years have witnessed an unprecedented increase in UFO sightings, with numerous reports coming from reliable and credible sources, including military personnel and government officials. These reports often describe UFOs performing maneuvers that defy the known laws of physics, such as accelerating to incredible speeds, making sharp turns at impossible angles, and hovering in place without any visible means of propulsion. These sightings are particularly significant because they come from individuals who are trained to identify conventional aircraft and other aerial phenomena. Unlike the UFOs of the past, which were often dismissed as hoaxes or misidentified conventional aircraft, these recent encounters are backed by radar data, infrared footage, and eyewitness testimony from highly trained military personnel. These UFOs